Hey, it's Grandma Moore. It's Thursday, 9:20 in the morning, getting my day started. Just got my first order for $6 from McDonald's on my way to pick it up. And I'm hoping to make $150 today. Come along and see if I can make my goal. Well, this day isn't going well. I've made $6 in a half hour, 3 to 13-minute wait. So just gonna run a few errands while I wait for an order, I guess. I have both apps on, and Uber was sending, it was $10 for 20 miles, $4 for 11 miles. It was crazy. There was nothing going on in DoorDash. Uber sent this semi-okay order for $7.71 going 8 miles or something. And it's gonna take me where all the restaurants are. So I'm like, all right. So I turned off DoorDash and I'm doing Uber. I have another schedule for DoorDash at 1, but I figured it'll be busy at lunchtime and then I can turn it back on. But it is slow pickings today. It's cloudy, it's spitting snow, and I figured it'd be good money, but I don't know. So we'll see how today brings. I have to have $100 before I go home no matter what. 150 is a wish list, so we'll see. Oh well, I've done 2 things. I made, what, $13 in the first hour, so very discouraging. Do you ever get discouraged? It's like, But I just was able to get back on DoorDash. I took the $7 order for 5.5 miles, trying to get myself motivated and moving so I don't give up. Well, that order was nowhere being close to being ready. And they had no care in the world. So I unassigned it, back to square one. Well, I took this Uber order for green district salads or whatever it's called for like 6 something, going 1.8 miles. Then DoorDash sends me $11 order, but it was shopping and food for 7 miles. So I don't feel bad. And I paused it. And it's just going to be a cat and mouse game today between the 2 apps. Whichever one gives me the best orders, the one I'm going with, and hope that, I make my goal. Well, it looks like Uber's going to keep me busy for a while, so I'm just going to rock with it. Got another order. It's McDonald's 717. I thought it was the McDonald's right by this drop-off, but it's the one that I went to this morning. So it's a 12-minute drive there, but then it's only like a 5-minute drive to the drop-off. All right, guys, I need y'all to give me some pointers what to do whenever you're discouraged, but you still have to stay out to make the money. Right now, I'm just listening to music. Usually I listen to podcasts, but I have a headache, so I don't want to put my earbuds in. So trying to refocus, pray about it. So if y'all have any suggestions, I am all ears. All right, DoorDash is busy again, so back and forth, but just drop that one off. I was thinking about my devotions, and I can't remember the verse, so let me look it up because it was a really good one. Um, Galatians 22 and 23, and I'll scroll it, talking about, but I can't read it, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Against such things there is no law. And today's was God's guide to a fruitful life. If you have his word in your heart and you're studying the Bible, you are you start being like that. So it's kind of like you are what you eat, and it's the same thing with our brains. If we are what we put in. So I thought about that, and about 10.5 years ago, I moved to St. Louis by myself for a year. And that year, I never lived by myself. And I had the empty nest syndrome like super bad. I think I cried for this first 6 months of being all alone, and really reflected on everything that had happened in the last 40 something years. And, I was just like a fireball, and always was angry or just very negative. And at times I felt like I was evil, and I thought I was a good mom. And then I realized, okay, I didn't, give them enough positive reinforcement. It was just nag, 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 make those goals, make those goals. And that made me feel guilty. And they really needed that positive reinforcement that I didn't give them. So I felt really guilty about that. So fast forward, and then I started doing DoorDash 3.5, almost 3.5 years ago. I'm in the car all the time, and I still am a fireball, and I'm better. I had calmed down a whole lot. I felt good about myself, but I still had some issues I didn't really realize I had, like impatience, road rage, or come on, why isn't my order ready? And I didn't handle that very well. And then I just started praying and praying. I prayed all the time. Please help me be nicer. Please help me be nicer. You know, slow me down. And I want to be humble. And when I started doing that, it was like, and I have talked about it before, where, I just, this week, I just don't get frustrated at the restaurants. Pray about it, pray about it. Don't have road rage. That took a lot of weeks. And still have a little bit, but I usually contain it within myself. Nobody can see on the outward part of it, so that is good. And but just having that prayer and starting my devotions really has changed how I look at things, makes me more joyful and kinder, and not a fireball. Instead, I just take it all in, whatever. And I'm almost get frustrated when I'm around people like that, even though that's how I used to be. So weird. But so the devotion really hit home for me, because I understand it, and understand how you can not have those, just like that Bible verse says, I cannot have any of those. And then just change a few things. I had some of those. It was just also I was passive aggressive. That was rough. And so just to learn, do those other steps, and then I felt like I'm more well-rounded. So I don't know. I don't know if you can relate to, how you used to be and how you are now, and how much has your prayer life or your devotions or church or something has helped that, and remind you of being kinder and nicer and more joyful. Just smile. I always like that. The one thing that really sticks in my mind is like a kid laughs 100 sometimes a day, and adults laugh like five. That always sticks in my mind. Okay, don't forget to laugh. Don't forget to smile. Be a kid at heart. So always try to remember that. This just has been a really bad day. So I dropped that one order off for $7. And then now I'm picking up an order for $10, going 10 miles. My miles are high, but as long as I make $100, then I'm going to call it a day, unless something exciting happens. So I should be after this order, I should be 40, $45. It's like pulling teeth today. And I see other people out there delivering, and I'm like, how are they doing this? Because I can't get nothing to happen. So I don't know if it's from switching to the different apps, or I'm not sure why I'm having struggling so much today. The people at this Dunkin' Donuts are just fantastic. They're so bubbly, and they all subscribed to me today. I really appreciate it. So All right, took a minute, and it's going to be a 20-minute drive, so about 30 minutes for $10. Then I have to come back, but whatever. So last night, went to the program. If you watched the last video, you saw me and the grandbabies at the program. It was a lot of fun. Then I went home and got comfortable. Then we get this phone call from my oldest granddaughter, and she's like, "We need help. We need help. Their water's going wherever." And she was doing her nightly chores, getting everything ready for the next day, cleaning off her fruits, and water started spewing everywhere. And so we get there, and there was a pipe behind the wall that wasn't attached to anything that busted. We don't know if it froze and then it thawed out and leaked. And so they had to poke a hole in the wall, and uh, we had to try to find a cap for it and clean up all the water. So that went on for a few hours last night. This is the same daughter that had the fire in her house a couple of weeks ago. They're just having a rough start to 2025. So it's definitely been an adventure for them. So I've been listening to music just to keep myself motivated because I'm like at $40. I've been out for like 3 hours, so it's kind of frustrating. But do you have that one song that makes you cry? Dixie Chicks Wide Open Spaces, when they get to that point where says dad says he's to check the oil. Don't forget to check the oil. That's so my husband. And mom says, "I'm leaving my girl." I just start bawling. So it just went off. Makes me miss all my kids. So I don't know. Anyway, I was just wondering if you had a song that made you cry. Well, I had canceled my second shift with DoorDash because I thought, well, I'll just Uber it because DoorDash wasn't doing anything. But then it was busy and Uber wasn't doing anything. So when I turned it on, I got a $22 order for Myers, 17 items. And I think it's going a lot of miles, but this is like pulling teeth today. So hopefully I could get her all done. So trying to do that. I'm at $46 for the day. It's quarter to one, and I started at 9:20. So 9, 10, 11, 12, almost 3.5 hours, and only at $46. So not good, not good. All right, so I'm on DoorDash and Uber. So DoorDash started sending me orders. I'm like, okay, good. But then my app is like messing up. Even though I was on it, it was sending me messages that DoorDash is busy. And then as it sends me orders, it just freezes. So I went ahead and closed it out, and I've got an Uber order, I think, for $7 going 5 miles. I think that's what it is. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe I'm having an app issue because this is a horrible day. Uh, oh, that would make sense. But other dashers are doing good. So I'm just thinking maybe I need to do something, uninstall and reinstall my app. They added a $6 Michael's order for one thing. And I don't know Michael's very well. It's a craft store. I don't really know the store good enough to shop very fast, but I'm gonna try it. And it's probably not a great order, but at this point, I am almost 100 miles on my car and I've only made $67. So I'm just trying to get to my 100 so I can go home. Well, my Dasher app keeps messing up. I was able to log back in, and it's just not working. So I uninstalled and reinstalled it. So now I'm anxious to see if it'll work. So I think that's been my problem all day, is that my app is messed up. Like, I go into the zone, but it tells me I'm still navigating to the zone. And then the time changes as when they're holding my spot. And then when my dash was done, it didn't end it. And then it just like froze up. So for some reason, I'm having an issue with the app. So I think that's why I'm having such a bad day. Well, it is 3 o'clock. I am at $79. I've been out, what, for 6 hours or something. It's crazy. So anyway, I got this offer for $19.25 for Walgreens and Myers. I took it. I'm just gonna be like $1.75 behind, but hopefully $1.75 will pop up, and if I make it to 100, I'll be lucky because I am so over this workday. My app seems to be working better, and I'm so mad at myself all these years, and I forget one of the basic things. I've only had to do it a couple of times in all these years, and I guess because I don't do that very often is why I didn't think about it. But if I would have done that earlier on today, my day would have turned out so different. Oh well, you live and you learn. My app is actually working normal. So I just took a stacked order for $18 for my years. I had to go there anyway. So probably be my last order, get my stuff done, and get this order done. And I just hit 100 finally. So at least I'll be over $100. So that is a plus. I'm tired. It has been a very rough day. And I apologize when it's negative. I was trying to figure out how to get out of my slump. But I honestly feel like my app was my problem. I uninstalled it and reinstalled it, and it quit being shady. And it started working, and it was working fine just now. I should have done that instead of giving up hope. I should have done that earlier, but I wasn't thinking. I did see on Facebook the local dashers in this area were talking about how horrible it is right now. And so, and they had posted a couple hours ago, this was like the worst day ever. So it's not just me. That helps, but I still think my app was messed up. It was very shady. I went 124 miles. I don't know how in the world I finally caught up because at one point it was like 50 cents a mile that I was making. So I'm still under because I think I made about 118, but I guess those last couple shopping orders really helped with the mileage. Um, just learning how to keep going. I had to make $100 today, and I did, even though it was rough and I didn't think I was going to make it. But thank goodness for prayer, your comments. Even though I didn't always get to reply to them, I could read them, and that helped out so much. And praying, a lot of jamming, just trying to stay focused. I was driving a lot there for a while, going, the other city and back. I felt like that's all I was doing was driving. And so, but at least I didn't have any accidents or anything today, so that was good. Try it again tomorrow. I hope y'all are having better luck than me. Today was just totally horrible. I'm glad tomorrow's Friday because usually Fridays are my good days. So, good luck to y'all. Hope y'all are very profitable. Your day is sunshiny. I don't know. Be happy. God bless you.